Welcome to the Hire Yourself podcast. Are you stuck in the corporate rat race, worrying about layoffs, and longing to take control of your destiny? This is the place for frustrated executives like you who want to escape the grind, live life on your own terms, and build wealth. Whether you're ready to make a full transition into franchise ownership or want to start building a side business along your corporate job, Pete guides you every step of the way. He'll talk about how to create career and income security, diversify your assets and income, and live life on your own terms. Your path to controlling your own destiny starts now.
Welcome to the Hire Yourself podcast. My name is Pete Gilfillan. I am a entrepreneur, internationally recognized author of the book called Hire Yourself. I do podcasts, webinars from that standpoint. I'm a nationally recognized franchise consultant. My purpose in life is to help senior level executives take control of their destiny, to build wealth and live life on their terms. And it's just my mission in life. I was able to escape the corporate world, and I want to help as many executives take back their lives. So on my podcast, I always try to answer a question, and we're seeing a lot of this happening right now. It's this idea that I get pushed into job transition, or I get pushed out of a company for whatever reason, right? There's a merger, there's an acquisition, they're just trying to hit their quarterly number and they're getting rid of people. It doesn't matter. You're pushed into transition. And so I want to talk about specifically, how do we face your fears during job transition? In fact, let's talk about the 8 ways to beat fear. So nobody likes to be pushed out of their job. Nobody, right? Nobody likes to go through that whole, what the heck do I do now? I didn't deserve this in most cases, right? No fault of your own, you're pushed out. And so let's specifically talk about ways in which we can kind of, when all this fear comes, is, oh, holy cow, my income, what do I do now? I've got to go into transition. And let's try to empower ourselves this option of figuring out what's next. So first of all, we have to understand your fear. Identify it. It's real. Everybody has it. And you know, that's just part of it, right? It's that uncertainty. That's financial insecurity. All of a sudden, I've lost that income of $350,000 a year. Maybe I've lost that title. I was president or vice president, right? I've lost a little bit of my identity. And it's just understanding the root cause of that fear can be very helpful. Now, as we start thinking about this, we want to set clear goals, right? Define your goals clearly of, hey, where do you want to go? And start putting together a roadmap. A roadmap gives you a little bit more certainty of, hey, this is what I want to accomplish. This is where I want to go. So break down these big goals into smaller, manageable steps that you can take to progress easier. And certainly, we want to spend some time researching and preparing. Knowledge is powerful, right? Research a job market, potential employers, or other opportunities, but start preparing yourself. Preparation builds confidence and reduces uncertainty. And use resources. There's LinkedIn, there's industry forums, there's professional networks, and certainly all kinds of other ways or opportunities you can look at. They've got resources too. For example, I help people explore franchise opportunities. Or if you're looking for an existing business, you can go check out business brokerages, things like that. So the idea is that we want to do research and we want to prepare. And then we always, number 4, is we want to seek out support. You don't have to do it alone, seek out guidance, mentors, career coaches, peers that can help navigate you through this very stressful time, this transition, right? Their experience and advice can help provide value, perspective, and encouragement. So don't do it alone. Seek support. There's nothing wrong with asking people for assistance. Heck, I'm sure you'd do that for others if they were doing it. And then you want to have a mindset, or you want to embrace learning and growth, right? This is important. It's important. We want to continue to learn, upskill or reskill yourself with stuff that you're going to need in the current job market. So become a lot familiar with AI, for example. So continuing learning gives you confidence. It gives you more ability as you start thinking about, hey, what's next? And then network strategically. We want to be out there building and leveraging our professional network, right? So Go to events, join relevant groups, engage meaningful conversations. Go out there and just start talking to people. And when you talk to people, opportunity comes. Heck, I found a job one time. I was at a party. I was networking with somebody, and a friend of a friend knew of an executive position at a company. And I leveraged that friend of a friend to connect, and I ultimately got the job in a totally different state. It's amazing how much we're connected. We use these connections for opportunities. And then certainly as we talk about this uncertain time, we want to address the financial concerns proactively. Create a budget, explore alternative income streams, consider investments like a franchise, for example. Franchising offers structured business model with proven success and can provide income security and certainly job security. So the idea is we want to put together a financial plan. And then we have to practice self-care. And this is probably one of the most important things as we go through and we have this fear of this transition, is we want to start taking care of ourselves. Transition is a time of a lot of stress. And so we want to prioritize ourselves first. That's eating healthier. Maybe it's a little bit more exercise. Maybe it's a little bit more rest. Certainly, like when I left Ford, I took some time for myself to rebalance myself, to reconnect with my family, to start getting in better shape, eating better and stuff like that. So that allows us to have more mental clarity, feel better and stuff like that. So nobody likes to be pushed out of a company, right? Nobody wants to be laid off and all that kind of stuff. It happens. And it's a very scary thing. And these are 8 things that you can do to kind of get past that fear. But keep in mind, as you get pushed out of that company, that opens up new potential doors. And it could be, yes, another corporate position at another company, but you could also decide that, hey, listen, you want to go out there and start a real estate portfolio, or you want to buy an existing business, or you want to invest in a franchise. Heck, I work with executives all the time that are in career transition, and they're exploring their options, and one of the options they explore is franchise ownership. Why? Because they can take their business acumen and their leadership skills and they can plug into a proven business model, a system, the process, the procedures. Think of it as a business partner. And so it's an easier way to become an entrepreneur. It's an easier way to take control and destiny and live life on your terms, and certainly to build wealth. And now it's not for everybody. But as a franchise consultant, that's what I do, is I help executives all the time. So if you're ever interested in exploring franchises, just to learn a little bit more about, hey, what is this path? And what would it mean to me? Well, bottom line is just pick up the phone. You can schedule a time with me. We can have a quick conversation. I learn a little bit more about you. I can tell you what I do as a franchise consultant, my free service. So bottom line is that at some point in time, you're going to get pushed out of a job. It's just, that's reality. And so understand that this is a stressful time. I've given you 8 techniques to get past that. And also understand that there are so many paths you can take as you're exploring what's next. And franchising might be part of it. And I'm there for you if it is. With that, thanks so much and have a great day.
Thanks for joining us on the Hire Yourself podcast. Pete's here to help you break free from the corporate rat race, take control of your destiny, and finally live life on your own terms. Whether that's jumping into franchise ownership full-time or starting it as a side hustle. If this episode resonated with you, don't forget to subscribe, share it with a fellow frustrated executive, and leave a review to let us know your thoughts. Until next time, take charge, build your future, and live life on your own terms.